Howdy y'all, it's Seth and we are camping again, which means great product reviews coming up that you can try or skip if you don't like what I have to say about it. I spent last night in that tiny little Amazon tent, little too small, we'll talk about that, or you can just look that review up. But today's review, it rolls downstairs, runs over in pairs, and runs over your neighbor's dog. It's great for a snack, it fits on your back. It's log. Yeah, a little Ren and Stimpy there for my Gen Xers. Check this thing out. You guys have seen them in the gas stations, the camp stores, pretty much everywhere. It's a giant piece of wood with 2 holes in it. And they charge, originally, 18 bucks for this. Now, I didn't pay that. This was a clearance item at a gas station because we are nearing the end of summer, or at least the retail end of summer. Halloween and Christmas are up in stores, which means the logs with 2 holes have gotta go. So this was half price. And I've seen them 1,000 times, and they tell you can cook over it, and it's a great self-contained campfire, and I've always said BS. But for this price, 9 bucks, we're gonna find out, is this a self-contained campfire, and can I cook over it? Are these a novelty, or do they actually work? Let's find out. Okay, so I'm actually going to set this up in the fire pit behind me for safety. You can see I've already got a tripod ready to go for filming this craziness. Allegedly, we get 2 hours. I'd already set it in to make it fit, and then my dumbass just put my hands all over the bottom of that. Anyway, allegedly, you get 2 hours of burn time. There's this little thing right there that's stapled in. You rip it out, you light it on fire, and you toss it in the top. I get a feeling this thing's just going to go out before it gets started, but that's maybe the cynic in me. Anyway, if this does actually light up and start burning, I'm going to cook dinner over it. Light it on fire and drop it in, they say? No. Drop it in, then use the little side hole to light it on fire. Trust me. This is gonna be hot. We're in a heat wave, man. Okay, so I gotta be honest, I'm kind of impressed and kind of not. The smoke coming out of that thing is a little black, and that leads me to believe that they might treat it with some type of a fire accelerant, maybe something simple like lighter fluid or something, but I'm not pulling the label out now, it's on fire, but it's a little black and the smoke is a little potent. I'm sure there's something in there that is known to cause cancer in the state of California, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, everything is, but you know what I mean. There's most likely something in here also known to cause cancer to the state of California. But the smoke was a little black, and you saw how ugly it got when I started to boil that water. That being said, I wouldn't put a pan right on top of it. I grabbed a few pieces of gravel and kind of set them halfway through before I realized I was about to put the fire out. I grabbed a few pieces of the gravel to give it just a little airflow underneath, and it got a little nuts, but we heated up and boiled water. Total time was about 6 minutes for almost 2 cups of water, so that's not terrible. Over an open flame, we boiled water. I've had cheap camp stoves that haven't been able to boil. We've gotten close, but that was rolling, so I like that. We've added it to our pouch of, pad thai with chicken tonight. And that is heating up, rehydrating, or I'll use the words dehydrated and freeze-dried interchangeably when I talk about these meals. This is, I guess technically Mountain House is freeze-dried, but I'll use the words like they mean the exact same thing. I know they don't. It's just where the brain goes, and it's easy. So that's still going. I'm gonna let this sit for about another 8 minutes until it's ready to eat, and I'm gonna have dinner. But so far, I don't hate this for a campfire. For a camp stove, it did what it was supposed to do, but I'm not 1,000% sure I haven't added some type of chemical to my water by using this. So it does, I mean, look at this thing. It's a great little self-contained campfire, and if this really goes for 2 hours, that's kind of cool. Nothing to tend, no poking. Yes, we all love poking a fire, so this kind of ruins that aspect of it, right, guys? That's a guy thing, I know. It's us men love playing with fire, and if you're a woman and you like playing with fire, men should avoid you. But anyway, no, I'm kidding, but genderly speaking, playing with fire is a boy's game. Let's call them boys, because some of us are still children up here. But I like this for a campfire. It was easy. There was no messing around with it. Even if you just get it as a fire starter, get this thing, and then in like an hour and a half when it's kind of almost done, throw your campfire logs on there. This was easy. I lit that little thing and off we go. So 10-10 for ease of use, 10-10 for campfire. Unlike a gas fire, you get the campfire atmosphere. So 10-10 on that. 10-10 on heat because it was able to actually boil the water. 3-10 on not knowing what might actually be in there and if I'm taking years off of my life. All right, certainly we've got to frame this with the fire beside me. That is the star of the video. I am just a tool of conveyance. Or just a tool. You be the judge. Our pad thai has been sitting for the allocated, it says 5 minutes stir again, reseal 4 minutes. I didn't stir after 5. It's just been sitting in here for about 10 minutes. And it's Mountain House. We're not really talking much about this. It's just, again, a tool of the review of that. But we got to make sure that it heats up the food like it promises it should. And I'm hungry, so. It tastes more like a Mountain House than it does pad thai. But we expect that. And I'll make fun of Mountain House, but I keep buying it, so. Okay, all in all, I'm impressed with that thing. It's, as long as it's safe for cooking, it says you can cook on it. I wouldn't imagine they'd open themselves up to liability if you couldn't. It's probably just a little extra lighter fluid or something that you'd find in like a charcoal briquette. So probably safe for consumption. It's probably just a little bit of that off-gassing that gives it the darker smoke and kind of a fragrance beyond what you normally get from a campfire. It smells a little gassy, but it's not like going way out of control. The ambiance of that thing is delightful. I will buy them again. I would actually pay full price for that. Right now, gas station logs, like camp wood at a gas station around the corner was $11. Full price, that thing is what, like $18? You could probably find them cheaper. I know there's like different brands. You can find, Amazon had like a 6-pack for $60. So get it for the whole summer. Get it for the whole family. Seriously. Get it for the whole family. Or get them all for you. I'm a fan. Normally I link, Everything that I try, I link on Amazon. There's an Amazon link down there. If you want to try it too, you can. This, I checked, it's out of stock on Amazon, so I can't link it. But I do have my little shop, which is just a collection of everything I've tried. Every item I've reviewed on this YouTube channel that's available on Amazon is linked. You can check them out for yourself if you're interested. Full disclosure here, I may make like 1% commission if you do. You don't have to buy from me. You don't need to. I just try to make it easier for you. I do okay. I have a full-time job. I don't need the money, but I'd feel disingenuous if I didn't tell you that there's a chance it could put a few nickels in my account. The money I do make, I'll actually pour back into this channel. I buy a lot of stuff. I bought that. There's a tent back there that the review will be going up either a few days ago or a few days from now. I paid for it. I buy stuff. Yeah, companies send me stuff too. But I buy stuff and nobody pays me. There are no commercials here. You will always get an honest review. And honestly, I dig it. This worked for everything I need it to work for. I have cheap camping pans, so I would probably consider maybe being a little more careful with the utensils you use, because that flame is big and crazy, and I was afraid I might need like an oven mitt or I would just lose my pan. Fortunately, somehow it didn't overheat the handles and I was able to pull it off, but a little extra fiery on the stove there today. These are words, I promise, but 10/10, love it. If you've enjoyed this, go ahead, give me thumbs, I like those. Questions, comments, you want to make fun of me, whatever it is, go ahead and do that in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe if you're into outdoor gear, hiking, camping, equipment, like big grade ground equipment that apparently I seem to have and is doing well on this channel, or even the occasional not camping stuff that companies send to me that I feel obligated to try and explain to you. Regardless, it doesn't matter. If you enjoy all that, go ahead, please subscribe, hang out with me, check out all my videos, turn the notifications on, stalk me. To a safe degree. And until we see each other again, happy trails. I'm gonna go sit by this and enjoy it. Seriously.